The sun is setting behind the Jurassic dinosaurs. A warm light is shining over the Jurassic landscape. The dinosaurs have had a busy day. Now it's time to rest. Let's visit the dinosaurs and help them get ready for bed so they can dream of the bright future waiting for them. Good evening, T-Rex. You've been roaring and stomping all day. You are so strong. Everyone is watching. But now it's time to rest your powerful legs and dream of new adventures that await you tomorrow. The future is full of exciting journeys where you'll keep growing stronger. Say goodnight to T-Rex and wish him sweet dreams of the future. Good night, T-Rex. Good evening, Triceratops. Have you been eating plants and exploring the forest? Now it's time to calm down and rest your big 3 horns. Tomorrow, new lands and forests will be waiting for you to explore, filled with even more delicious plants. Can you help Triceratops go to bed and say goodnight with hopes for tomorrow? Good night, Triceratops. Good evening, Brachiosaurus. You've stretched your long neck to reach leaves high up in the trees. That long neck is very useful for eating, isn't it? But now it's time to curl up and rest. In your dreams, imagine new forests where the trees grow even taller and more leaves await you in the future. Say goodnight to Brachiosaurus and wish him sweet dreams of tomorrow. Good night, Brachiosaurus. Good evening, Stegosaurus. You've been walking across the plains with your spiky tail. Now it's time to rest your strong legs and dream of fun in the fields. There are new adventures and wonderful places to explore waiting for you in the days to come. Can you snuggle up with Stegosaurus and say goodnight, filled with hope for the future? Good night, Stegosaurus. Good evening, Pteranodon. You've been flying through the sky all day on the wind. Now it's time to fold your big wings and rest. Tomorrow's winds will take you to even higher skies, where you can soar freely across new horizons. Say goodnight to Pteranodon and wish him sweet dreams of new skies to fly in. Good night, Pteranodon. Good evening, Ankylosaurus. You've been walking through the forest with your tough, armored body. Now it's time to clean your armor and go to sleep. The future holds more adventures where you'll protect yourself and others with your strong armor. Can you help Ankylosaurus feel comfortable and say goodnight with hopes for a bright tomorrow? Good night, Ankylosaurus. Good evening, Velociraptor. You've been running fast and smart through the fields. Now it's time to rest your feet and dream of tomorrow's hunt. The future is full of new challenges and victories where you'll keep growing faster and wiser. Say goodnight to Velociraptor and wish him sweet dreams of future adventures. Good night, Velociraptor. Good evening, Apatosaurus. You've been walking slowly along the river, drinking cool water. Now it's time to rest your long, strong neck and sleep under the stars. In the future, you'll explore even greater rivers and discover new, refreshing waters. Can you help Apatosaurus feel cozy and say goodnight, looking forward to tomorrow? Good night, Apatosaurus. Good evening, Parasaurolophus. You've been using your big crest to talk loudly to your friends all day. Now it's time to rest and dream of chatting with your friends. Tomorrow you'll meet even more friends and share your stories in new and exciting places. Say goodnight to Parasaurolophus and wish him sweet dreams of new friendships. Good night, Parasaurolophus. Good evening, Spinosaurus. You've been fishing in the river with your long snout. Now it's time to rest your big, strong body and dream of swimming. The future is full of vast rivers and oceans where you can fish and swim freely. Can you help Spinosaurus settle down and say goodnight with dreams of the adventures ahead? Good night, Spinosaurus. Good evening, Brontosaurus. You've been looking for food and using your strong arms to gather leaves. Now it's time to rest your hard-working body. Tomorrow will bring new opportunities to find even more food in new places, helping you grow stronger. Say goodnight to Brontosaurus and wish him sweet dreams of the future. Good night, Brontosaurus. Good evening, Diplodocus. You've been eating leaves high up in the treetops. Now it's time to find a quiet place and rest your long neck. The future holds even taller trees with more delicious leaves waiting for you to enjoy. Can you help Diplodocus relax and wish him a peaceful night filled with hope for tomorrow? Good night, Diplodocus. Good evening, Plesiosaurus. You've been swimming fast in the ocean searching for food. Now it's time to float and rest. The future promises more vast oceans for you to swim in, full of wonders to discover. Can you help Plesiosaurus feel calm and say goodnight with hopes for new ocean adventures? Good night, Plesiosaurus. Good evening, Carnotaurus. You've been scaring enemies with your horns and wandering the forest. Now it's time to find a quiet spot and rest your strong jaws. The future holds new territories to explore where you'll grow even stronger and wiser. Say goodnight to Carnotaurus and wish him sweet dreams of the adventures ahead. Good night, Carnotaurus. Good evening, Oviraptor. You've been exploring your nest and watching over your precious eggs. Now it's time to settle down and keep your eggs warm all night. The future holds the promise of your eggs hatching into strong little dinosaurs who will explore the world with you. Can you snuggle with Oviraptor and wish her a peaceful night, dreaming of her future family? Good night, Oviraptor. Good evening, Mamasaurus. You've been walking around picking the juiciest leaves from the treetops with your long neck. Now it's time to find a quiet place and rest. Tomorrow will bring even more food and beautiful places for you to explore and enjoy. Say goodnight to Mamasaurus and wish her sweet dreams of the future. Good night, Mamasaurus. Good evening, Iguanodon. You've been using your thumb spike to eat ferns and low plants. Now it's time to find a safe place to sleep and protect yourself from predators. Tomorrow, you will discover new places to graze and grow even stronger. Say goodnight to Iguanodon and wish him sweet dreams of a bright tomorrow. Good night, Iguanodon. Good evening, Archaeopteryx. You've been flying between the ferns, catching bugs with your delicate feathers. Now it's time to find a safe branch and rest. The future holds even more beautiful skies to fly in and new insects to catch. Can you snuggle up with Archaeopteryx and wish him sweet dreams of the skies ahead? Good night, Archaeopteryx. Good night, Jurassic dinosaurs. All the dinosaurs are snuggled up, sleeping peacefully under the stars. The rustling leaves and distant calls of nighttime creatures make a gentle lullaby. The future holds many new adventures for these mighty creatures. Now, close your eyes and dream happily with the Jurassic dinosaurs. Sweet dreams to all the little children. Good night, Jurassic dinosaurs.